This video may contain scenes that are distressing for people who went through this fire in 2009. I'm asking for anyone who went through this fire not to watch this, please. G'day everyone, my name's Ricky James Basketball, also Wiki Actions 446, 1.5 Let's Play Is. How you going? Welcome back to Inside a Firestorm, Part 3. As usual, what I said at the start still applies. If you're affected by this bushfire, please turn this off or go to all quiet on the Western Front or Cyclone Tracy. Okay, here we go.
Incredible.
Oh my god.
By mid-afternoon, the catastrophe has begun. 10 uncontrollable fires are now burning.
Wait.
9 major roads and highways are blocked and closed. Beyond the Kilmore and Murrindindi fires, the west is ablaze of Horsham and Coleraine. And to the southeast in Bunyip, containment lines are breached. Not since the worst bushfires in Victoria's history in 1939 has Melbourne been so surrounded by fire. And it's getting even worse.
Christchurch.
In the southeast,
as usual, I'll put the fires that are featured in the parts down below in the description.
The worst case scenario
is happening.
The board literally lights up, and so you get fire after fire after fire breaking out. All in and around, generally speaking, 150 kilometres out of Melbourne. So you've got resources already heavily committed to Kilmore, to Bunyip, just being committed to Murrindindi, and we literally had at that point in time regions running out of fire trucks. Every single fire truck they had in their region, in our strongest capability, got depleted. Everything.
The troops on the ground are being stretched to breaking point. This tanker has been brought in as backup to fight the first fire of the day at Wandong. But all the crew can do is save themselves.
It's diving down the hatches.
Stay in survival mode. That's an understatement. Jesus. It's coming straight at us. Just keep an eye on that. It doesn't hit the truck.
The battle's already being lost, and the fire marches on. A wall of flame, it charges across Mount Disappointment State Forest. Burning bark and even whole branches are picked up by hurricane-strength wind and carried 10, 20, even 35 kilometres ahead of the main front.
Crap.
Never before have such spotting distances been recorded. At 3:45, the monster fire reaches the ridge above the tiny township of Strathewen and explodes.
Strathewen was in a valley downwind of this major ridge, the Sugarloaf Ridge. So the embers that were being launched from that Sugarloaf Ridge into the valley area below were basically acting like a cluster bomb.
Why do we have to go through that?
Anywhere much to go, because if you like 10 kilometres in almost any direction is being lit up with fires. We had hundreds of fires starting, and they were all starting to interact. So it's basically what we describe as being a firestorm.
Shut up, phone.
And I turned round and I looked at the mountains, and the scene that confronted me was
unbelievable,
indescribable, because it was spotting through the mountains and a spot would go to the size of a tennis court, then the size of a football oval, and then the timber in between would
Why am I
explode, the
laughing
bush
right
would
now while I'm
explode,
watching
and you'd have
something
this monster.
I'm not laughing about?
And you'd look
That happened in
5-6
our lifetime.
kilometres to the east into Strathewen, and it was burning there, and no matter where I looked,
Just go and check the time, see how much
there'd be a
I'll go
fire,
with this. Okay, 24 minutes.
Yeah,
6 minutes.
it was like something I've never ever seen before, even though I've got a lot of experience. I'd never seen anything like this.
No one had it till that day. Legit, no one actually had it till that day. Until that one particular
still
day.
hasn't been warned. It seems the town is completely off the radar. Mary and Peter Avola have minutes to defend their home.
It was getting hotter, noisier, windier. The sky was red and swirling.
Oh my gosh.
All around our property.
Wait,
there were
was
fires
cricket
under
on
the
that day
pine trees.
or not?
Peter was saying to me
Or the power was
getting
out where we're
hot, his
Nan and
legs were
Granddad's next
burning,
day.
and we better go, get in the car and go off.
I know we were there. Was the power out or on still?
There were flames around and under the car.
You think?
I waited for Peter, and by the time I sort of looked around, the road was on fire. He was then behind me, and there was no going right anymore. You just couldn't see what was happening. It was just burning and burning.
Oh my gosh.
I'd hoped that he would follow me, and when he didn't, I didn't know what to think. You hope and hope that, you know, he's safe or he would have got somewhere, but I knew there wasn't anywhere to go. Only he'd either stay with the car or he'd, you know,
Perish.
run for his life.
Or perish.
It'll be 3 long hours before Mary hears what's happened to Peter. At the same time, a friend of 40 years, the local CFA captain, is trying to get into town.
I've got about 100 metres in down this road, and I thought I'm going to kill everyone, self included, because the flames were all over the top of us, and I thought I'm going to kill everyone because I know the road intimately. I live on the Flaming Road, so I knew the road. I knew that it was the bush got heavier and heavier as we got into Strathewen. I thought I'm going to kill everyone. You know, you're a fool, man.
You're alive now.
So
Just proved yourself wrong.
Backed out.
Behind us, man, behind us.
As David McGay battles to reach Strathewen, refugees stream the other way. Taking to the road is supposed to be the most dangerous thing to do, but for some, it's the only choice. Mary Avola's neighbours stop to
Oh my
rescue
god,
others.
that's big.
People are trying to evacuate.
Get in here!
Let's look down here.
In here!
Just come in, mate. Look at us behind us. It's bloody scary, man. Just wondering which way to go to get to the top of the hill.
With everyone on board, they head for the presumed safety of Kinglake Township. As they do so, CFA staff prepare an urgent threat message for various towns in Kinglake. But the message inexplicably goes
It's
missing.
too... Really?
And
Gone
never
missing?
appears on their website.
The message for Kinglake and other towns were threatened by the Kinglake fire went missing. By the Kilmore
It's
East
another
fire
half an
and
hour
Murrumbidgee
before the
fire
warning is broadcast.
went missing.
Radio is relying on overwhelmed CFA officials for information.
The communities of Clonbinane, Mount Disappointment, Kinglake, Heathcote Junction, which is actually next to Wandong, Upper Plenty, Humevale, Reedy Creek and Strath Creek may be directly impacted on fire in the coming time frame.
Half of the places singled out for warnings are already on fire. Kinglake still waits. The Clarks have put their faith in the CFA website. It's a case of no news is good news.
Jen and Danny were on the internet checking out all the fires, what's going on, because we knew the one was in Kilmore. And we said, well, it's not going to affect us, so we're fine, we're all right. it's only something that starts pretty local we a bit worried about, you know.
25 kilometres from the Clarks, fire is threatening Whittlesea. Mick's daughter Beck is in the town.
I was really nervous, but I wasn't thinking about me. I was more concerned about my family. So to me, it wasn't coming to me. It wasn't going to get me. I'm in the middle of the town. It's not going to burn down a town. So that's how I looked at it.
50 seconds ago, before pause and say goodbye and whatnot.
Are at home.
See what
13-year-old
happens in the next
Aidan
episode.
and 15-year-old Mackenzie. With the possibility of the fire coming their way, Dad Ross puts a well-rehearsed plan into action.
Talking with my wife in Whittlesea, who was under threat, it was still agreed upon to stick to the fire plan and to move our prized possessions further away. So I grabbed Mackenzie and I grabbed Aidan, and Mackenzie helped me move the big huge photo box with all our possessions without a problem. No worries, Dad. He was grass, and off we travelled.
Hope you enjoy it. I see this next one. Before I say whatever I need to say at the end, our guest is going to join me in part 4 for only one bushfire that happened close to where I am right now. So hit that like button with some 303 British caliber bullets, bombard that artillery, bombard with
risking head and skin. If we're behind, then never mind, we'll fight and win. No word from Bendigo.